You have to teach your mind to honor the struggle. You have to teach your mind. Every day you're getting discouraged. And instead of saying, well, I guess I quit, I suck, this is no good, it's never gonna happen, you have to take control of the self-talk and honor the struggle. Like literally tell your mind how to deal with the process. Tell your mind, no, this process, this hardship, this struggle, it's part of conditioning me to be ready for the dream, to succeed. This part of the struggle that I hate right now, it's developing character, it's making me force it, it's helping me challenge, it's making me grow. In other words, anticipate the fire, anticipate the difficulty, anticipate that it's gonna suck, anticipate the days that you just don't like it. You know, I'm a high performance coach, so I'm blessed to work with some of the most, like literally extraordinary people in the world. And some of my favorite clients in the past have been working with the US military. And, you know, it's like, you know, if you ever heard like that Green Beret conversation where they use this phrase, embrace the suck, right? Army Special Forces will say like, embrace the suck. Like, yeah, this sucks, but it makes us awesome. Like, let's dig in, let's get better, let's skill up, let's use this to build our character, our strengths, our skills, our ability to win in the future. So all the things that suck right now, you're like, oh my God, I can't figure this out. It's gonna make you better. And I don't mean this just philosophically. Let me give you an example. At the very beginning of my writing career, I went completely broke. I mean, totally broke, totally bankrupt, like literally nothing. Wiped out, clean, because I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to write a book. I didn't know how to make money. I didn't know how to promote it. Just completely wiped out, 100%. And I mean, to the point where it's like, I couldn't even have credit cards, so I had gone into bankruptcy, so they took the credit cards. I had no credit, nothing. I had a debit card and no money on it. You know, and it was like the worst time. And I remember I'm going through this and I'm like, and I want to be like a personal development guy. I want to be a life coach. I want to be a high performance coach one day. I want to inspire people, and I can't afford a burrito. I was like, well, it was miserable. But I was like, no, this is going to teach you to be frugal. This is going to teach you to manage cash. This is going to teach you to be resourceful. When everybody else has fancy stuff, you're going to outperform them with stuff that isn't as great. I'm going to learn to be a resourceful human and prioritize being innovative and creative versus just having all this stuff. So I didn't have the fancy cameras. I wrote on I borrowed a 3-legged table from my mom from the sewing room, you know, and I would just like type on that. I borrowed a laptop from somebody to write my book. I was just like, you know, pinching every penny and dime to afford rent. And then when I couldn't afford rent, I had to move in with my girlfriend and you know, I had to ask friends for help and support. And it was so humbling. And notice I said humbling. I didn't say embarrassing. I didn't say shameful. I didn't say sad. I didn't say discouraged. It was humbling. It was like, you know what? People who get success, they earn that. Right now, I'm earning it. I'm putting in the miles. I'm dealing with the hardship. I'm going to honor this struggle as part of the process. Keep a good attitude, Brendon, because if you can survive this, you can build anything. If you can rise from this, you can crush anything. If you deal with this emotional hardship now, you will have intellectual, physical, spiritual, emotional confidence for life. If you deal with this tragedy, difficulty, suckness now, then when it gets easier, you won't give up and you won't quit, because you know what happens? A lot of people do achieve their dream. And guess what? Once you achieve your dream, guess what? You don't have the dream anymore. You got the goal. You made it happen. And now, if you show up and all is smooth sailing and all is easy, you know what a lot of people do when they get success the way they perceived it? They become tragic losses. They lose their drive. They lose their motivation. They aren't happy. They're like, I worked so hard to get this. I got it, and now I'm not fulfilled. I'm not satisfied. Life isn't greater. And guess what? A lot of those people, they complained the whole way, and then they got it. And then when they got it, now that it was gone, they were still a complainer. And what are you without all the things? You're who you became as you strive. So what I'm here to tell you is, along this process, along this struggle, every single day, as it sucks, as it's a grind, as it feels like a hustle, as it feels like you're like compromising everything, and it's just like, oh my gosh, honor this process as a challenge to you to become a better human, to develop a better attitude, to develop those skills that are required. Like literally experience it, not as a journey to achieve a dream, experience it as an opportunity to transform, experience it as an opportunity to grow, experience it as an opportunity to test your mettle and ask, what am I really made of? How can I deal with this and live a great life right now? Not in 10 years when I hope to make it. How do I live a great life right now? Because if you can't teach yourself to live a great life right now, when you get financial abundance or you get the dream or everything happens, guess what? You're still stuck with you. And if you can't teach yourself to be satisfied, joy-filled, emotionally connected, happy, fulfilled now, I'm here to tell you, after coaching literally the most impressive people on the planet, people who are on covers of magazines, spiritual leaders, presidents of the United States, having the experience of working at the top echelons of every organization at the top levels, I can tell you that there's a lot of people who do get the dream. And because they weren't patient and they didn't develop themselves along the way, they hurried into it, they complained and crashed and grinded into it. They get there, they compromise their integrity, they compromise their health. They never taught themselves to be happy. So they got everything and they're still unhappy. And you're like, you have everything, how are you unhappy? It's because they never taught themselves along the journey to honor it and to use it as a training ground for being their best selves every day. And I'm going to ask you to do two simple things. Number one, subscribe to this video and comment on what we are doing here. And number two, share this one with somebody who's just so like unhappy or impatient or who's about to give up. Give them the gift of this episode. Send it to 3 friends you know who are a little discouraged, who are a little down, because the truth is, if they will just keep focusing on doing activities that they enjoy and that are part of the dream, even if just a little taste of it, if they can develop the critical skills needed, if they can get friends like you who support them, and if they can just honor the struggle along the way, then when they arrive there, they will arrive there as a great person who already knows how to be happy. I hope this one serves you. Until next time, as Denise, my wife, always says, every day you can go out and choose to be average, or you can choose be extraordinary. So my friends, go be extraordinary. And I'm going to ask you to do 2 simple